So you're thinking about moving to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In this video, we're going to look at everything that you need to know about Winston-Salem. We're going to look at where people live, eat, sleep, and play. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living in Winston-Salem, the Triad, or anywhere in North Carolina, subscribe below so you can be the first to know about the real estate market in North Carolina. My name is Chad Carico. I've lived here for most of my life. We love helping people to make a smooth move to North Carolina. If you have any questions at all about living in the Triad, living in Winston-Salem, or anywhere in North Carolina, feel free to reach out. All our information is below in the description. You can call, text, or email, or feel free to click on the link below and schedule a Zoom call so that we can answer any of the questions that you have and help you to make a smooth move to North Carolina. But right now we're going to jump in and take a look at the computer. Okay, so here we are on the Google Maps, and Winston-Salem is right here, and you'll notice it's about 30 minutes from Greensboro. Winston-Salem is a town of about 255,000 people as of 2025. So it's really big enough for amenities, but small enough to feel neighborly. You know, so it's a town. It was actually two different towns. So Salem was the first town that was actually started in 1766 as a Moravian settlement, and then Winston came along in 1849 as a tobacco-driven town, and then they actually merged in 1913. So that led to a lot of growth with the city through companies like R.J. Reynolds, and it really just became a educational and industry town. So, but Winston-Salem is right in the center of the state. We're about if you look here, you're about an hour and 15 minutes from Charlotte. You're about an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half to Raleigh or the Triangle area. Triangles Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. Winston-Salem is about 133 square miles. It's had steady growth since 2020. It's also the home of Krispy Kreme. So if you love donuts, you'll love Winston-Salem. So if we zoom in here, we're just going to look at the freeways here. And okay, so the backbone of Winston-Salem is I-40 right here, east-west. And then you've got US 52 right here. And then downtown, you're going to have 421, which, if you notice, these kind of connect here with I-40 right before you get to Greensboro here, and then right before you get to like the Louisville, Clemens area over here. The big thing though is this Northern Beltway, which is connecting to I-74. This is just making everything, the travel, just a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot less stressful. You can get from places like Kernersville to Rural Hall, King very quickly. Walkertown is it's because they put this in here, and they've got pieces of this Beltway open, so you can travel that. You're not going to find near as much traffic as like 52 or I-40. It's as of right now, it's much faster to get to different places. So they're planning to complete this in 2030s. So it's not fully complete yet. It's a 34.5 mile loop, multi-lane freeway that loops the north side. So that's just making things a lot better. In terms of airports, you do have an airport in Winston-Salem. This is the Smith Reynolds airport. It's not for regular commercial service. It's good for like corporate charter, general aviation. But if you want to get like a commercial flight, we've got the PTI airport here in Greensboro, Piedmont Triad International Airport. And the good thing about this airport is that it is there are some direct flights that you can get to some places like Atlanta and Dallas and Chicago and Denver, Detroit, New York. So you do have some direct flights. It is kind of limited, so you're not going to be able to get everywhere from PTI. It is a smaller airport. The good thing about it, though, is that it's a lot. You're not going to be waiting in lines. You're not going to be waiting through rush traffic and having to deal with big lines. You might spend more time choosing a podcast than spending a lot of time in security. So it is you don't have to get to the airport like an hour and a half, 2 hours ahead of time. It's just going to make it a lot easier if you have to go to some of those places like Atlanta or Dallas. You can get those direct flights, but if you are looking to go to other places, you can get a connecting flight to like Raleigh or Charlotte, and so you will be able to get to those locations and then travel on to your ultimate destination. So, but from Winston-Salem, this is really about 24 miles. So it's only going to take you about 30 minutes to actually get to the airport. So it's not too bad. As far as neighborhoods, we have some really good neighborhoods in Winston-Salem. We've got Ardmore, and Ardmore, is known for historic bungalows, sidewalks, and it's really close to the medical centers. It's really close to Forsyth Hospital and Baptist Hospital. So it's a really good location for medical professionals. I actually own a condo in Ardmore, which does really well for midterm rentals. We have a lot of traveling nurses that stay there. It's an excellent place for investment property. So Ardmore has this historic charm. Most of the homes there are older homes, and a lot of them have been remodeled and updated. So it is one of the most seasonal. The prices actually fluctuate in different times of the year. So it's one of the most seasonal fluctuations in sales prices of homes that we have in Winston-Salem. Okay, so then you have Buena Vista. Buena Vista is tree line homes, classic homes. A lot of these homes are more expensive, and it's going to be really easy to get to certain locations from there, like Ronalda, Thruway, Wake Forest University. These homes are classic homes, and a lot of them can be pretty expensive. They can go up to $2 million price point. So a very, very nice neighborhood there. Then you've got the West End area, and West End, I've got couldn't actually find this on the map. I've got West End Cafe. West End is known for, there's a lot of restaurants there. There's a lot of coffee shops. There are parks. There's it's a very walkable neighborhood. It's a historic district, and it's really close to downtown. A lot of the homes there are like 20th century architecture. So in West End, you actually find a lot of multifamily. So a lot of these homes are really like older homes that have been modified. Some of them have been modified to duplexes and quads. So you'll find a lot of those type of homes that you can do that you can rent out as multifamily properties. So then we've got Washington Park, and Washington Park is you have a lot of older homes. They're similar homes to Ardmore, but they're bigger. It's very close to Old Salem. So there's lots of revitalization going on in the Washington Park area. It's very walkable, um, very close to downtown. So it's a really nice area there. Okay, so then we've got Brookberry Farm. Brookberry Farm is newer homes. They're actually, it's a planned community living, newer construction, a suburban feel. It's really high-end homes, good schools in the area. So part of Brookberry Farms is you have smaller homes that are on smaller lot sizes. It's kind of like a PDU, where there's more green space, but those are the lower price homes. It might start at like the 400,000, and then you go into another part of the neighborhood where you're going to find pricier homes, homes that are bigger, homes that are built on larger lots. And so you have a good amount of diversity in Brookberry Farm. But we'll actually go into and we'll just show you some actual homes in some of these neighborhoods. Okay, so here we are in the MLS. Just going to show you a couple of homes in some of these neighborhoods, just to get a feel for what these homes might be like. And Ardmore is one of those. Like I said, it's known for its charm. Here's a good example here of a classic Ardmore house. You can see that it's built in 1928. It's got a basement, 1.5 story home, about 1,800 square feet. It's priced at $429,900. And when you look inside it, this is pretty typical of the homes that you'd find in Ardmore. Just remodeled, redone, really nice. Again, Ardmore is going to be really close to the hospitals, Baptist and Forsyth Hospital. A lot of these homes, they're going to be priced differently at different times of year. But you can kind of see what a home like this looks like, and how it's been remodeled. These basements are pretty common for these Ardmore homes. So a lot of these homes, they're going to be you see here, this is a home with a price point of $6.5 million. If we look at these, you can see a pretty big range in price points, from $464,900 all the way to $6.5 million. This is a newer home here, but that one actually has almost 20,000 square feet. But what's pretty typical of these homes, you can see they're large homes. This one has almost 5,500 square feet. Another one, kind of look at the interior. These are just really, really large homes. They're built on what's typical is about anywhere from 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre, little maybe 3/4 of an acre. It's pretty typical. But you can see a lot of these homes were built in the 40s and 50s and 60s. You can see kind of the lots here, these long driveways. It's really, really nice homes. So next we have West End. So West End, and a lot of these homes are going to be, older homes. We've got some newer homes here too. But one thing that's pretty typical actually in this area is you find a lot of actually multifamily, homes that have been turned into multifamily homes that once were single family homes. But a lot of homes that were built in the early 1900s, but you can kind of see here, price points, 200s up to 500 range. Here's one that's a new construction that is almost 1.4 million. Okay, so let's take a look at Washington Park. Look at some of the homes here, and so you'll notice these price points are going to be $299,900 to $599. Again, a lot of older homes built in the early 1900s. You can kind of see these are really nice homes. A lot of them have been remodeled. So Older homes, typically, this about a third of an acre is pretty common over there. You can kind of see different price points. Ones in the 550,000. Usually these have been updated and remodeled. A lot of these homes are very, very classic homes. But if they haven't been updated, they're probably going to need to be updated. So and let's take a look at Brookberry Farm. And so just taking a look at some of the homes in Brookberry Farm, you can see kind of the range here, 500,000s up to almost 2 million. So you can see a $2 million home here. Really nice. These are new construction homes, and just the really high ceilings. Just the features are really, really nice. Top of the line appliances, really nice homes. And so just kind of looking at some of the ones a little bit. So you can see a lot of these are brand new homes. Actually, all of them are brand new homes. But you can see very, very modern homes. Like I said, with these homes, some of them are built on smaller lots. This one is a third of an acre. They do that because it is a location where it's meant to have more green space, more activities, walkability, different things. It has a resort style pool, a lot of different amenities. And you can see these homes are pretty large homes. 4,000 square feet is pretty common. As we the price goes down as the square footage goes down. But really, really nice homes here. Okay, so let's go back to our map here and just take a look at some of the jobs, the economy and jobs here. Healthcare is a really huge thing. Like I said, we've got the Baptist Hospital here. We've got the Forsyth Hospital. Both of these bring a lot of medical professionals to the area. We've got some other companies here that are headquartered in the area. So you've got Reynolds American, you've got Hanesbrand, you've got Inmar. So like I said, there's a lot of jobs in healthcare, education. So, Winston-Salem is a growing area. It's grown quite a bit since the early 2000s. We have some tech companies coming into the area. So, it's a decent location for jobs. Let's take a look at some of the schools here. We've got Wake Forest University. So that's a very prestigious school that we have in the area. So that Wake Forest is located, right here, really close to, Renolda, Old Town. So that's a really good school. We also have the School of the Arts. The School of the Arts is, great for educational and arts. They have the River Run Festival, which is an international film festival. This brings a lot of people to the area. A lot of this goes on for about a week or two every year, and so that's a very popular festival that's done every year. So we've got Salem College, and Salem College is one of the oldest colleges actually in the U.S. And so Salem College is located right at Old Salem. So Old Salem is a reenactment of like the 1700s, 1800s. They actually have a bakery. They have candle making. The people there are dressed up as if they're from that time period. So it's a reenactment, and it's a pretty fun place to go to. Besides Old Salem, we've got Renolda. So Renolda House Museum here. The Renolda Gardens, and Renolda villages and shops and restaurants. And so this is a pretty popular place. It's located right near Wake Forest University. You can see Wake Forest is right up here. And so you've got with the gardens, this is a 170-acre cultural and nature hub.
If you're seriously considering moving to Winston-Salem, the Triad, or anywhere in North Carolina, whether you're buying, selling, investing, or relocating, I'd love to chat with you. We help people just like you all the time to make a move to North Carolina. We truly enjoy helping people to figure out the right neighborhood and the right timing. All our contact information is below. You can feel free to call, text, or email us, or click on the link to schedule a Zoom call, and we'd love to help you make a smooth move to North Carolina.